today's short meditation, let us turn our pages to Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 to 11. I'd like somebody to read it.
Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him?
Here in Matthew we see how Jesus is giving these sermons. It's called the Sermon on the Mount. And here we see the importance of asking and how important we are before God. And when we ask how much He'll give to us. There was a pawn shop which was running for almost 40 years. 40 years old pawn shop run by both husband and wife. And they were very successful in their business. And they both were called as mom and dad in that locality where they used to sell and buy in the shop. And during this time, after more than 40 years, the husband dies. And the wife, she could no more carry on in taking care of the shop because they both were doing it together and now they are old, and since the husband died, she wants to retire and she wants to go to somewhere far away. And rather than selling all that she had in her shop, she put a board in her window, in the door for shop. In that sign it said, "Pawn shop closing, claim what is yours." So she decided to return all those things what she had with those customers who came to her shop. Since she decided to close the shop and retire, she decided to send a small card to all those customers who sell some item in her shop. So she wanted to return them back with free of cost because she already had so many years with the shop and had a good time. So final days she don't want to continue alone and she wants to retire and go far away. So she decided to give it for free. And just like that, she didn't go to each person, take yours, this is yours. She didn't go. She just sent a small card to all those customers and the contacts she had. And it says, claim what is yours. And if the person comes and asks, this is mine, you can have it. She just gave it for free of cost. Similarly, we see here how God is inviting us. He is inviting all the believers to come and claim what is ours because we are His child. And here in the Sermon on the Mount, throughout this chapter, we see there are a number of wonderful gifts that which we didn't keep, but He gives it for us, like the kingdom of heaven, the salvation, and the comfort in our mourning, and the prospect of inheriting the earth even when we don't have anything, and the spiritual fulfillment, and the mercy, and the grace, even the relationship with God, the fellowship with God, and being adopted in God's family, and at last, the ultimate, having an eternal life, and having an eternal home in heaven. These are the gifts that God is inviting us to have. He is asking to claim what is ours. The only thing we need to do is ask. Here, similarly in the shop, the people who knew, they come and ask. But if they don't know, they don't. They won't receive. What will she do, right? She's at the time of her going. But here, God is not going anywhere. He's there and He is inviting everyone. He's encouraging us to ask. And He says, it will be given unto you. And all these things, the grace, the mercy, the forgiveness, being a child of God, getting adopted in God's family, and being saved, and having this eternal life. These are the gifts that God is promising us. Here we need to ask for that wisdom and knowledge to be His child. Sometimes we tend not to ask Him. Sometimes we feel like God knows everything, why we need to ask. But here clearly God says, ask and it will be given. Though God knows everything, though God knows the things that even we didn't think, even before we think He knows. But what He's telling us, to ask Him openly. When you see some little kids, little children, they are very innocent. They'll just ask what they want. They don't have any other intention or desires in their mind. They feel, if they're hungry, they're like, I'm hungry. They just want, if they want some biscuit or some chocolate, I want that, I want this. They just ask. But they don't know that is their need. That's the difference between us, a believer, and child. We need to become like a child. We should not see our pride. We should not see that God knows everything. We should not think that to ourselves. More than we should humble ourselves before God, and we need to ask Him what we need. We know what we lack. We know what we don't have. We know what is burdening us. Ultimately, what we have to do, we need to ask Him. So today I'd like to encourage everybody to try to ask Him. There are many things that we need to ask, no matter what. God knows everything. But all you need to do is ask, and He will give it to us. And we need to seek Him. When we seek Him, He'll find us. And when we knock, He'll open His door to us. So the ultimate thing today for us to learn is to come before to Him and ask Him. And claim what is ours. It is there, God has given for us, but it is our choice whether we decide to claim or whether we decide not to claim it. So it is better to claim our gifts and ask God, and He will surely give it to us. Amen.